in YouTube, please do not buy this. Do not purchase it. Do not spend your money. I do not want you to buy it at all.
My evil plan is working to get views fast and to get monetized and help others do the same. Wait a minute, is this thing recording? Now, that intro may have been a little corny, but I was dead serious about what I said. It's working. The doughdash effect. And I didn't even really start watching her videos yet. And I can explain to you how this can work for you. But more importantly, before we even get into that, so many things going wrong with this situation that has to stop. Has to stop. And we're going to dive into a lot of that information right now. A lot of people think she's a scammer. She's here to save people. She just dropped the video actually, and she dropped the product. And ironically, today is the last day for you to get it.
I have been asking about my simple blueprint to YouTube success, the link. I have pinned the link in the comments of this video. Those of you who are advanced in YouTube, please do not buy this. Because those of you who are advanced in YouTube, you don't need this. That's why I called it Simple Blueprint to YouTube Success, because it is simply to get you started.
Now again, it may seem like I'm here to bash doughdash, but I'm not. Can I say I'm a fan? Yeah. Let's give her that respect. I'm making videos about her. I'm talking about her, so I can give her that. I'm interested. I'm curious. Now, I can already tell from this last video she just put out, things there that I'll explain later, but she has a special for a $19 product that today is the last day she's putting this out. She explained that it's not for advanced or intermediate, it's for people who are beginners, which I can respect. And for a $19 product, what do you think you would get? But I believe I might buy this product and show it to everybody and tell them what I really think about it. But if you watch this video to the end, I've got something really special for you. Now, with doughdash, today is her last day for this special, as you can see in this video right here. We're going to watch in just a moment. But what I'm going to give you is free, and you can get it today. And if you watch this video to the very end, I'm going to give you a sneak peek. Now, if you look at this thumbnail, that clicks to this video. It's really important for everybody to understand what's happening right now, because something's happening where everybody can win and everybody can capitalize. And a lot of people are already doing it, but they're doing it wrong. And what I mean by that, if you're just getting views, not good enough. If you're getting subscribers, that's great, but that's not good enough. What is YouTube? YouTube is a business. And you need to be running your YouTube channel like a business. Now, according to what doughdash is showing you, she can show you how to get views and get people to pay attention. And so far, I think she might be onto something. I can already tell from the stuff that she said that she's selling for $19. I am aware of the things she mentions, and all those things that she mentioned are important for a YouTuber to know. And I would consider that beginner information. So far, the part where she's a scammer and she's doing all these things to people, I'm not really there with that. However, I am going to be doing a deep dive. I'm going to be watching I want to watch all the videos on her channel, but that's a lot of time. But I'm going to be pretty much, this is what I said I'm going to do. I'm going to watch her video from the beginning, and I'm going to watch her video from the end. And every day I'm going to go back a couple videos, because I am doing a deep investigation, because this is big. She's getting views, everybody talking about her getting views, everybody around her getting views, I'm even getting views. What you should be doing is you should be talking about her, growing from her if you can. You should be growing your YouTube channel, and you should be monetizing your YouTube channel. And I don't mean getting monetized by YouTube. What I mean is you need to have a product that needs to be available to offer to your audience. And that's when it becomes a business. Now, before we dive into that, we're going to double back to that. Again, if you wait to the end of this video, I'm going to show you what I'm going to give you for free. I'm going to show you a system I'm going to give you that's going to help you monetize your channel. I'm going to even show you a way you can get $25. Now, her product is $19. You can get that $25 back today for the $19 you spent on her if you really want to get that product. Whether you should get it or not, you've been watching her. Most people that are going to buy her product have what they call know, like, and trust. They've been watching her, they trust her, and they're going to buy it. And so far from the outside looking in, for the price point she's offering and what she's giving to people, it doesn't seem to be too bad of a product. Some people want more than what they're actually paying for. You can't get something off the 99-cent menu and want it to be $20 quality. It's the dollar menu. It's the value menu. It's not the top of the line thing that we offer here. I want to tell you a story real quick before we continue, and this is going to be very important to you because we're doing a movement here. This channel is for you. It's for struggling YouTubers. It's for people who are brand new to YouTube, because there's a lot of things that you don't know. YouTube has changed over the 10 years that I've been doing it, and a lot of people need to understand that YouTube is a business and you need to treat it that way from day one. Why? Because there's certain things you can do to your channel that will hurt it, that will mess it up. You can get people to subscribe that you really shouldn't have gotten to subscribe, and now when you need them to turn up and watch, they don't. And now you're putting all this information out here, you're doing all this content, and nobody's watching. And I don't want that to happen to you. Or you're waiting to get monetized just to turn around and do something that you didn't realize and get demonetized, and now your whole world comes crumbling down. Or you can just have your channel snatched away from you like that. And you don't even know what you did in some cases. Now, I'm not saying YouTube is not worth growing it, because I'm growing mine, because I have a message, I have something to share, and more importantly, I have a purpose. My whole life has brought me here. Every single thing, a lot of downsides, a lot of pain, a lot of struggle, a lot of me having to be on my own. I was an emancipated minor since I was 15. So I know what it's like to take care of myself and being a grown adult, because I had to do it early. And I always worked hard, and I always went hard at whatever I do, because that's what my mother taught me to do and how she taught me to be. Before we get into that though, I don't want to drag this video, because I want to tell you this story and then want to dive back into how we're going to help you and what we're going to be talking about more with the doughdash effect. And I'm going to do my own investigation. Now, I know a lot already, but one of the key rules is you never stop learning. You never stop learning. You're always trying to get to the next level, and you can learn from everybody. And I want to see what I can learn from doughdash, and not only that, how I can reciprocate that back to you so you can understand it and you can capitalize off of it. And what I can guarantee you is, with all you learn from doughdash, there's a lot of things that you're not going to learn from her that you can learn from me. For example, what I'm going to show you at the end of this video, I'm trying to save you years and time, a lot of heartache, and a lot of money lost. Because what a lot of people do is that when they finally get monetized and they see that money, they switch up. And you don't understand why they switch up. Sometimes they switch up because that's who they always were. Some people say money amplifies, and it does. It amplifies who you already are. But some people just never had money before. And when they finally see that first YouTube check and they're like, oh my goodness, and they realize what's going on, they kind of panic a little bit. And now they have to just do whatever they got to do to get you to keep on watching, because who wants to lose an easy extra source of income? In a perfect world, yes, you would post your videos up, everybody would watch them, and YouTube would throw you loads of money. But that was in the beginning of YouTube. That passed a long time ago. And now YouTube can actually put ads on your video, and they'll get the AdSense, they'll get paid from the company from watching ads on your video, whether you are monetized or not. So why would you play that game? I can show you a better game. Before we get into that, let me explain to you this story again, why I'm the person for the job. Now, I'm going to be doing also a podcast. It's going to be called After Hours with Mr. Leverage, late night hours after Mr. Leverage, where I'm going to actually tell you these stories, because all these stories have a really important point for you to learn, for you to cut corners and help you get further in life. But in a lot of these videos, I need to explain what we're doing to have it more structural. So the videos will be too long. I have to have shorter videos, and these videos can get lengthy, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyways this time, because what I'm sharing to you is important. Now, this story starts out when I uncovered that I was able to sell. And again, this is about you, so keep listening. I didn't know I could sell. I never knew I could sell. I didn't want to do a warehouse job, and they was playing me at the last job, and I'll explain that to you in another video. But long story short, I got hired at this job, and I climbed my way up to the top to get into a management role. They didn't give me management, but they gave me trainer role, which I was still happy, because I was in a manager role, but I got to train people. It was my most favorite job of all the jobs I've had in my life, and I've done a lot of them. I've been managers, I've been store managers, I've been put into a lot of positions to do a lot of things. So trust me, I know corporate world, but I also know make money online and digital stuff and YouTube stuff as well. So you bring all that together and you got a real nice cocktail there. But in any case, I'm doing this job and I'm training people, and long story short, every week I get a new train class of different people of all ages, of all ethnic backgrounds. There's 3, 4 different teams on the floor. And there's a daytime team, there's a nighttime team, and this company is doing so good that in the same plaza, they bought another building at the other end of the plaza. So not only did they have the original company, they had the second company because the expansion was moving that fast and they were making that much money. In the second building, the new building, is how I got a promotion and how I ended up being into management and being a trainer. But again, every single week, I'm bashing the numbers out the frame. I'm getting like 300% back because my numbers are set so low because none of the other traders could ever hit any of the numbers. And they were saying, how is he doing this every single week? So let me tell you the setup because I got fired, right? Keep on listening. So one of the days when I'm training, I'm on the floor and I'm bringing my people out of the classroom. We train all week in the classroom. Then on the week floor towards the middle, I bring them on the floor. We start taking calls. This is a call center. We go into the call center and one of the guys on the phone, he's taking the call. I got the device where I can tap into anybody's call and I can jump in if I need to help or if something's going wrong. So I hear the guy and she's going off on him and he's getting ready to lose her. So I jump in and said, let me take the call over. He said, yes. I take the call over. Long story short, I calm her down. I close her. I sell her. I was known for closing people all the time. I had a nickname. I'll tell you another video what that nickname was, not important right now. But in any case, I was known for closing. And if I got on your call, I'm going to close. And it got bad because everybody was always trying to, oh, can you take my call? Can you take my call? And I would do it sometimes. But again, I wanted my people to do it themselves. And a lot of them did. Many of them did. I had veterans that had been with this company for years who were almost like, what is he doing in there? I'm a vet and I'm like the top 3, top 5 people in the whole company. And his people are coming out who have never done this before and they're bashing my numbers. What is he doing there? They try to have people sitting on my classes and figure out, take notes, but they could not mimic it. So this call, I get on the call, I sell her, and then we go into the verification room because verification is to listen to all the sales before everything goes through. So the verifier listens to the call and she was like, oh my God, that's the best video I've ever heard in my life. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, the way you turned her around, the way you spent that, like it was so great. And then the manager came in, they heard it and everybody heard the call and everybody was like clapping, like standing ovation. The manager's clapping, the people in the verification is clapping, people on the floor is clapping, like they've never heard a call that good. And it's like they were modeling, as they talked about it for weeks. Now, 3 weeks later, I get put into the office. Now there's stuff that happened in between, but I got to keep this short. And the branch manager tells me they have to let me go. And I say, why? And they said, it's because you violated one of our rules. And I said, okay, well, what rule was that? And he said, well, we have a 1 no and go rule. So if somebody on the phone tells you no, you're supposed to hang up and let them go. And the customer told you no and you kept going. I said, that's not what happened. I said, the customer had questions and concerns and I was answering her questions. And through conversation, we spent things around, which is why she bought. And she said, well, they said they heard the call at the corporate office and it was a 1 no and go and you didn't let them go. I said, okay, y'all was just praising me for the call and clapping and everybody was talking about how it's a role model for what we should be doing around here. And now you're talking about corporate office heard the call and I need to be let go. And I said, and what is this 1 no and go rule? You know what we do here. We teach people to respond after 3 rebuttals and after 3 rebuttals, you let them go. But I don't do it that way because I know how to talk to people. But I didn't say that to her. I'm just explaining that to y'all. But the thing is, I asked her this, and her name was Ruth. I said, Ruth, did you hear? Let me ask you a question. Did you hear the call? And this is really important because Ruth's sister hired me. When I got hired, she hired me. She gave me the chance to get the job to get in the door to begin with. And then I'll tell you more stuff about that later. And this was her sister. So this was a little bit more than just business. This is like kind of like family thing. And I said, Ruth, did you hear the call? And she said, that doesn't matter. Corporate let you go and you need to go. And I said, Ruth, did you hear the call? You didn't even ask to hear the call? You didn't fight for me? And she said, it doesn't matter whether I heard a call or not. Now, people were so upset that they were crying. People were walking out when I walked out. And they were like, if they're firing you, I'm quitting too. I'm going. And then I calmed everybody down. And I said, I appreciate the love, but you got bills. Go get back on the phone. And they went in. And then I actually contacted the NAACP because I was like, that's defamation from their character. You just fired me for nothing. It's a lie. And I had a lawsuit, but I let it go because I was a little younger. And I was like, I felt nothing would happen to become of it. And then comes to find out weeks later, my friend who I went to high school with, who also worked there, another black male who worked in building 1, who was a trainer over there. He was my rival, not really, but he was always rivaling me because I was number 1. Everybody trying to take number 1. And he was definitely trying to take it, but he was number 2. He was close, but he wasn't me. They fired him 2 weeks later. And when I saw him in the streets and we were talking about it, and he said, this is what happened. There was a client that came to the building, and I'll explain this in another video because this is going to be this is dragging on, and we're probably not going to even get to, I'm going to have to make the other video another part 2 or part 3 because of time. People will get out the video and YouTube like, oh, they ain't watching it and all that. But I seen him in the streets, and I said, whatever happened, what was going on there? They fired you 2 weeks later. And he said, what happened was they had a client come in, and the client said, we want to do business with you, but it's a little bit too ethnic around here, if you know what you mean when it comes to management. So if you want to do business with us, you're going to have to thin that out and take care of that. And then when you do that, then maybe we can talking about closing the deal. So if you didn't read between the lines, you got too many black people in your management team. Get rid of them. And they did. And you know what? Come to find out later on, that company that they got the deal with, the lady that let me go, Ruth was taking company money, buying bags of dog food from Sam's Club, putting it on the company card, company expenses, and she was buying a lot of stuff personally for her that she charged to the card. So how dare you fire me for something that I didn't do? And when they let me go, all the other managers that were clapping couldn't even look me in the eye. Patrick, I said, Patrick, you was the first one that heard the call. Oh man, you know what corporate officer said? Beth, nighttime manager, who watched me from the floor from day 1 and watched me rise to the position. Beth, didn't hear the call. I corporate. Mind you, none of these people were black. Ruth was white. Patrick was white. In this company, you can't even get up there unless you're promoted from the bottom within. That was one of the biggest things. We promote from within. Patrick got there and didn't even get promoted. He came from the outside. And Beth was Asian. So I'm not racist. I'm not angry. It's just something that happened in my life. I was angry then. I was angry for a lot of my life because a lot of things happened to me I felt that were unjust, but we don't have to explain all that here. But what you need to understand is that job showed me a gift I have. And I went on after that job to get many other jobs and train many other people in many other positions to make a lot more money. So now, what's my get back? I made a company millions of dollars, and we'll talk about that in that late night podcast. If y'all want the late night podcast, comment in the comment section, late night podcast after hours, and then we'll talk about more of this stuff. But what I'm going to do now, my get back is now it's time for me to take all that brain and all those marketing things that made all that money from all those places. I used to be a manager at a Arby's, assistant store manager, Rent-A-Center. I was beating everybody in the market for sales. If you know how hard to do that is, if you ever worked for Rent-A-Center, beating them all. My last job where I made that company millions. And when I walked away, because they tried to have me do something to play me, and I'm like, what? And I was like, it's time to go. And I never looked back. I've been doing affiliate marketing and digital marketing ever since. And I mean, with everything that happened with the, inflation, I had to go pick up a side hustle. So I do Lyft a little bit here and there. And you need to listen to that last doughdash video I made. Listen to that video from the Lyft. If you're doing Lyft, we can get you from doing that. Uber, DoorDash, any of that. We can get you some real money. Doughdash is selling you a $19 product that she's telling you is a beginner thing that's going to get you started, get you going. But what I'm trying to tell you is we can propel that, we can accelerate that over here very fast. And I know how to talk to you, and I know how to communicate with you no matter where you're at, no matter where you know, no matter your background, no matter how old you are, as long as you're 18 or older. We have a plan over here for you. I'm going to continue to talk about doughdash because the algorithm in YouTube just told me to keep going. And when you get views like this, let me go back. The views are still climbing and they're going to keep on climbing. And I'm going to show you a trick of how to make them go higher and how to have a plan for your YouTube. You just can't be throwing out random videos because that runs out after a while. And then you may have lost people who were paying attention to you because you didn't take any time to give them something to really come back for. Now, I really want to show you guys this system, but according to my clock, this is already like 20 something minutes. And by the time I edit it down, it won't be 20 something and probably hopefully around 15, 18, but I got to stop it there because it's too long. But in the next video, I promise you, I will show you the free system. I will show you how it works. I will show you, I'll show you this right now. Let me show you this. Do you see all these leads? And these are about to start pouring in. These came in today. Let me just show the system for a second. 2 new leads, 1 referral. This is how much money I've earned with this system already. And this is not even the one I'm sharing with you. This is not even the one I'm sharing. The one I'm sharing is free. The one I'm sharing gives you $25 and then gives you $75. This is the step 2 when you want to get to 6 figures. This is take us there. But this system will give you the free system. Look, we are already going in. This is part of what you get when you get for free. Training, you get this for free. This whole podcast court right here. So we'll dive into this in my next video. We'll talk about it in more detail. Right now, click the link in the description and you can see all this and get signed up for free and actually get $25 a minute if you're in the US, or click the link at the end of this video and see the full video where I really dive and set the tone and share some other secrets with you about YouTube and things you should be thinking about. In this first video that's getting the views right now, watch that video and find out why it's getting so many views and why it's getting so many watch time. And I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe, comment if you want to leave anything on what I said, anything that you need to know, anything that you want to see. It's time for us to win. The 5MP YouTube Content Creators Alliance starts now. We care about you getting views, you getting subscribers, you getting monetized as fast as possible, and you telling your story. But you need to be getting paid to tell your story because everybody else is. And you can too. And I can show you how we can grow this and scale this in a way that only I can lead us to do. And as you watch these videos, you will see. But you don't have to see. You can join in and you can take advantage and you can be one of the stories, one of the transformations, because we're going to help 1,000 families one way or another. And then we're going to go make up, then we're going to help 100,000. This is global. This second step is global. But the first part is an advantage for US-based people and for people. A lot of people in doughdash want to grow their YouTube channel. I see them all the time, and I'm going to be highlighting them and helping them get subscribers too, whether they join us or not. One way or another, I'm here to help everybody. So I hope you like the content. I hope you like the vision. Subscribe, like the video, share, get ready for the next one. Let me know that you appreciate this because no one's going to show you what I'm showing you. So I appreciate the likes and the comment. Salute to the new subscribers and let's get it.